I found myself in the role of the tragic heroine from a novel. When I woke up, the male lead and the female lead teamed up and tied me to an operating table. The male lead's voice was low and vicious. "Tell me, who's the father of the bastard child in your womb?" The female lead looked all fragile and weak. "Honey, how could you be so shameless?" I didn't hesitate and slapped both of them across the face. Seeing their clumsy tricks, they really underestimated this crazy woman. When I opened my eyes, I was lying on an operating table. In front of me stood a woman in a white lab coat, her voice harsh. "Abort her baby, quickly. No anesthesia. I want to see her suffering with my own eyes." In an instant, a flood of information surged into my mind. I had entered an abusive romance novel. The female lead, Cindy Gibbs, had been infatuated with the male lead, Aaron Baird, since childhood. But Aaron tormented her to the point of death. Cindy was abused, imprisoned, had her kidney removed, eyes gouged out, and uterus taken, only to return to Aaron's arms with a happy ending when he said, "The person I truly love is you." Thinking about this ridiculous plot, my fist clenched. As a doctor in a white coat approached to strap me to the table, I kicked him in the chest. He crashed heavily against the wall, emitting a pained groan. I got up and grabbed a scalpel from the nearby tray. The woman in the white coat looked at me in terror. "Cindy, what are you going to do?" The other two doctors had already fled the operating room in fear. I walked slowly toward Tamia with the scalpel, smiling as I asked, "Which hand did you use to touch me earlier?" "Both hands, right?" Without waiting for Tamia to react, I pinned her hands to the operating table and plunged the scalpel down. I pulled out the scalpel and drove it into her other hand. Tamia fainted from the pain. Anyway, there are no police in this abusive novel, making it perfect for someone like me, who is a violent lunatic. After stabbing through Tamia's hands, I left without looking back. When I got home, I took a hot shower first. Just after finishing, as I lay in bed, I heard a thunderous bang. Aaron walked in with a dark face. Seeing me leisurely lying in bed and scrolling through my phone, he grabbed the collar of my nightgown and yanked me off the bed, his expression one of rage as if he wanted to tear me apart. "You toxic woman. You almost ruined Tamia's hands." I slapped Aaron across the face, sending him staggering. He instinctively let go of my collar and covered his face. "How dare you hit me?" Another slap. I rubbed my sore hand and said, "Call me Daddy." Aaron, covering his face, roared in fury. "Well, this is your own fault." He raised his hand to hit me, but I caught his arm and flipped him over my shoulder. With a loud thud, Aaron fell hard. I stepped on his back and calmly said, "Call me Daddy." Aaron struggled to get up, but I pressed down harder, pinning him down again. "Cindy, are you crazy?" I said, "I told you to call me Daddy." Aaron refused, so I happily pressed down harder with my foot. Aaron grimaced in pain. I kept increasing the pressure, wanting to see how much backbone the male lead really had. When the sound of ribs cracking filled the room, Aaron finally couldn't hold back and shouted, "Daddy, Daddy!" I withdrew my foot, bent down, and patted his liver-colored face, laughing as I said, "Punk, with your pathetic skills, how dare you show off in front of your daddy? You like Tamia, don't you? I'll give you a chance to let you and that bitch live in misery for the rest of your lives. Within a day, bring me the divorce agreement. Remember, I own 25% of Baird's group. I gave it to you so you could establish yourself in the company. Now that we were getting a divorce, I naturally want it back." Aaron was shocked, getting up from the floor. "Are you crazy? Without those shares, how will I control the company?" I laughed. "Don't want to give them up? Well, I don't mind being a widower. If you die, everything under your name will belong to me." Aaron gritted his teeth, his brows furrowed in anger. "Tamia was right. You really are vicious and materialistic. From the beginning, all you wanted was my money." Another slap. I took a step forward and slapped him again. "You idiot, with your brains in your ass. Do you think I'm so materialistic that I'd just give you those shares for free? Think with your dumb head before talking to me." Aaron raised his hand to hit me back, but I caught his swinging arm and with a twist, heard a crack. His arm dislocated. In the bedroom, Aaron's scream sounded like a pig being slaughtered. I kicked him out. "You idiot and pathetic loser. Get out of my sight immediately, or I'll dislocate your other arm too." Knowing he couldn't beat me, Aaron got up, glared at me with a dark expression and ran off. I reminded him, "Don't forget the divorce agreement."